called My Journey to the Trinity. And today, this happens a lot where I'm not really planning to do anything. But then one of my cousins wakes me up with a ton of messages about the perfection of the Quran. In this case, it was Nasser. Nasser was sending me a bunch of messages about the Quran and how everything is so perfect and the meanings are the same and everything. And Nasser, welcome to you. Ahla sahla bik. Fact is, there's too many Qur'ans to keep up with, and I know I talk a lot about the Hafs and the Warsh because I have those. I can show them to you. I don't have them with me right now, but the Hafs, Warsh, and the Jalalain. Those are three different Qur'ans. And the problem that we have with the Quran, and the problem is that we were all told that there's only one. And I remember I was in first grade, I was in second grade, I was in third grade. I went to school in Palestine 3 years, and in each I was always taught this, and I wasn't just taught in the school. I was taught I was taught at home. I was taught from the TV. I was taught from the radio. I was taught, everywhere. Everybody believed it. I even came back to America and people are still saying it. I look on the internet today and they're still saying it. I go witnessing on the street in California and the Muslims still say there's only one Quran, impossible that anybody change it. And I want to play for you a little video. This poor guy, I feel sorry for him a little bit because, he was lied to. And now he's lying to people, but he was lied to. And so this is anyway. This is a sheikh here.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the responsibility for its preservation or preservation of His word and revelation to the learned people, human beings. Human beings have their own shortcomings and they have their failings, and they failed. There's no question that they failed. In the case of the Quran, since it has to culminate and preserve the essence of the Word of God, Allah decided that no more will that responsibility be given to human beings. Being the last revelation, being the last book, I myself is going to take care of it. So there is absolutely no inconsistency between statements in the Quran about validity of previous revelation that conform to the Quran and the fact that the Word of Allah ultimately was preserved through the Quran.
Okay. Poor guy, man. I feel sorry for him. Here, you want me to play this? Okay, let me just go ahead and play this. This one's kind of funny because this guy knows what that guy said isn't true. But I just want to say one thing about what that guy said, because one thing that he's saying, hey, if you listen to him, maybe I'll play it again a little bit later on. Which is the mantra. The way Hindus they meditate and they have a mantra, something that they repeat over and over and over again. Well, this is the Muslims' mantra: is that Allah gave the Injil, the Gospel, and the Torah and the Zabur to people, and He gave the responsibility to people to preserve it. They failed, and so now Allah is going to do it Himself. He's going to preserve the Quran Himself. They changed the Torah, they changed the Injil, they changed the book, but now Allah's taking over. That's inconsistent with what the Quran says, because the Quran says, "Inna anzalna ad-dhikr wa inna lihafidun." I mean, Allah says, chapter 15, verse 9 of the Quran, that He sent down the dhikr, the reminder, the Gospel, and the Torah, the Zabur, and He preserves it. According to the Quran, it says that. It says that God sent down the Gospel, He sent down the Torah, He sent down the Psalms, and He preserved it. But this guy says, no, Allah only started preserving when the Quran, which is the mantra. That's the mantra that you hear from Muslims. Okay, So anyway, and but then when it came to the Quran, Allah changed his mind. He's not going to let people take care of his book anymore. He's going to do it by himself. Okay, and so anyway, that's the mantra. That's the mantra. That's what they've been saying for years. That's what I was taught first, second, and third grade, and that's what I was taught in school. That's what people down Huntington Beach, down the street, when I go witnessing to them, they still tell me that. When I look on the internet, they're still saying that. And here he's saying that. He's saying that in America. So it's a mantra. It's the same thing. They're always going to say the same thing. Okay. But then when they start discovering that it's not true, then you get stuff like this. Let's listen to this a little bit.
And they're going to just point out that issues which I'm not going to additional understandings about. Sir, people, my first year at Yale, it wasn't a crisis. Misinterpreted. Dive, and you don't fully comprehend. Things when you do very, a deep dive, and difficult. And this isn't new. This is from the time of the Sahaba. Very awkward and difficult. This is not a joke, brothers and sisters. This is from the time. The issue of ahruf and qira'at caused confusion to somebody whom the Prophet ﷺ said, if you want to listen to the Quran directly, listen to Ubay. Ubay mentioned the crises that happened to me at Yale, my first year at Yale. It wasn't a crisis of faith, by the way, so it was very clear about this. People misinterpret it. It was a crisis of my understanding of knowledge. It was a crisis of what my teachers taught me. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, as somebody who memorized the Quran as a teenager, alhamdulillah, in my entire life, I have never doubted that the Quran is divine. You cannot doubt that. And you listen to it, you recite it, you just cannot doubt that. It's never been an issue. This was the issue. That the issue of ahruf and preservation and qira'at and relationships between them, these are very, very difficult issues. And the most advanced of our scholars, they're not quite fully certain how to solve all of the unanswered questions in there. These issues should only be discussed amongst people who know what the qira'at are and who understand some of these questions that are being raised. Traditional understandings of ahruf and qira'at cannot answer some of these pressing questions that are now being poked by our people outside of, by our academics, not our, by their academics outside of the faith tradition. You see, in a Muslim environment, there's all academics outside of the faith tradition. You see,
there's Yasir Qadi coming to a realization that what that other sheikh said isn't true. It's like there's holes in the narrative, and they've broken holes in it, and it's not consistent. It's not the same Quran. It's all different. And so my cousin Nasser, he sent to me messages. Let me read to you some of his messages. He sent me a ton of messages today. Usually he ignores me. لكن نفس المعاني. That means, but it's the same meaning. هذا بعد القراءات لهذه الكلمات. البعد الحرف البعد التشكيل. There's some like the vowelization and some of the diacritical marks, لكن نفس المعاني. But it's the same meaning, he's saying. He's saying it's the same meaning. He's saying there's different, you know what, Nasser, if you're watching this, good. That's progress. I'm happy that you're coming to realize there's more than one Quran. That's the number one thing. And I know you're going to tell me, no, it's only not a Quran, it's a Mus'haf. The difference between Quran and Mus'haf, even though it's the exact same thing. It's a book with the 114 surahs, even though there's some question about whether it's 114 or 116 or 111. Nasser, that there was there's some Muslims, if you go back, there were some who said that the Fatiha should not be in the Quran. Do you know why? Because the Quran is supposed to be the words of Allah. And the Fatiha is clearly not the words of Allah. The Fatiha is a prayer to Allah, not the words of Allah to mankind. And so a lot of people says the Fatiha shouldn't even be in the Quran. There's some people who don't put the Fatiha in the Quran. There's some people who don't do the last two surahs in the Quran. Al-Falaq wal-Nas, those two last surahs. Some say that those don't belong in the Quran. And so, you got a lot of different issues that you're talking about, and inconsistencies. And so anyway, Anyway, but my cousin Nasser, thank you, Nasser, for sending me messages. Thank you for, at least I'm happy that you're beginning to understand that you have a problem. You have a problem. And the problem is, it begins with the belief that there is one Quran. That's the problem. The belief that there is one Quran. When you know that there's not one Quran, there's a gazillion Qur'ans. There's so many Qur'ans we can't even keep count of them anymore. And that they're different. They're not the same. They're not the same. And there's different meanings, especially if you look like Surah Ali Imran 154. Look at Surah Ali Imran 154 between the Hafs and the Warsh. There's some. I could show you. Like I've showed this so many times, and I'd really like showing this particular. This is just between the Hafs and the Warsh. Between the Hafs and the Warsh. Now, I just want you, if you're not a Muslim, okay, I want you to, because the Muslims are going to look at this and they're going to say it's identical. It's identical. The one on top is identical to the one on the bottom. That's what my cousin told me today. It's the same meaning. But I've done this so many times. The reason that I like to use this is because this shows the multiple issues involved with the differences between these Qur'ans. And one of the issues is the diacritical marks. The diacritical marks were not used in the time of Muhammad. They were not used in the time of Uthman. Uthman is the second compilation of the Quran. The first compilation was Abu Bakr. The second compilation was during Uthman. The third caliph, and he was killed for it. And but this is some of the differences between the Hafs and the Warsh. And this is just the two, the Hafs and the Warsh. I'm going to show you more today. It says, Humma Abdur Rahman. Abdur Rahman. Okay, that's the top one. Okay, that's the Hafs version. The Hafs is the most famous Quran. If you have a Quran in your house, 99% chance you got a Hafs. Okay, but you may have the other ones too, or you may have both. A lot of Muslims have both. They have more than one. Okay, but the bottom one says Humma Inda Rahman. Now, if you're going to be honest, Muslims, you're going to look at this, and you're going to say, if you know how to read Arabic, and I'm not a huge Arabic reader, but I could read this. Humma Abdur Rahman, Humma Inda Rahman. And you're going to look at this and you're going to say, okay, the consonants are the same. The consonants are the same. But then we got to deal with the marks around the Dumma, the Kasra, the Waw on top. I got to learn how to say that correctly. And there's a really, really big problem. There's a really, really big problem. And the really, really big problem is that there's a dot on the top one, the dot on the word abd, the word in the middle, the dot is underneath. Whereas on the bottom one, the word is ind, which is with. Now you know that what happened here is whoever was writing these, they just didn't know where to put the dot. They just didn't know where to put the dot. And so in this second word, in the middle right there, I don't have any way to point to it. The middle word, maybe I'll go ahead and try to, I think I can. I think I will do this. So because I really want to show you the problem, and I know my friend Adam, when he does this, he's got a better program than I do, and maybe I need to get his program because his is a little bit better than mine. But to where you can, I want to show you the problem here is that the dot. It's just the dot. And my cousin Nasser is telling me there's no difference between the two. And so my cousin Nasser keeps telling me there's no difference between the two. but there is very clearly a difference between the two, and it's not just a difference of of diacritical marks or whatever. It's a difference of meaning. The meaning has changed. The meaning has changed. There's a different meaning now. And then let me get the other one. Okay. And beloved Muslims, I'm telling you this because I want you to flee this thing. I want you to get out of it while you still can before Jesus comes back, and then it's going to be too late. And you're going to say, nobody told me. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. They lied to you. They lied to me. They told us something that isn't true. And so here I am. I'm telling you about it. And I'm telling you about it because I love you. And so, let me just. Okay. Okay, here we are. On the top one, it says the word on the left, which is abd. Now, if you look at the two words, you see that essentially the consonants are the same. The consonants are the same. You see the same formation there. You see that the consonants are the same. Okay, that the consonantal part is the same. The one on the left and the right is the same. But the problem is that little dot. The little dot. You see that little dot underneath the one on the left? And then look at the one on the right, and you see the little dot. The dot is on top. One of them has the dot on the bottom. One has the dot on the top. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Okay, and that's the big. And there's a lot more differences here too. You got the little wow. I can't remember. I don't know what it's called. I gotta understand. Then you got the kasra, the dhamma, and all that. All of it's different on these words. These two words. Okay. Now the one on the left is in the Hafs. The one on the right is in the Warsh. Now, if you look at the consonants, they're the same. If you look at the consonants, they're the same. إذا بتشوف الأحرف هم نفس الشيء. لكن النقطة، شايف النقطة اللي تحت الكلمة على الشمال وفوق الكلمة، وأنت بتعرف إنه بتغير المعنى. And بتغير المعنى. It means it changes the meaning. The one on the left means abd. The word abd. Abd means slave. Abd means slave. To this day, it's not some mysterious old ancient Qurayshi word. It is the word slave. But if you look at the one on the right, it means with. And again, it's not some ancient Qurayshi word that is no longer used. It's the same word that's used today, meaning with. And so one in the Hafs it says abd, in the Warsh it says and. In the Hafs it says abd, in the Warsh it says and. Which one is right? But because, let me tell you, my beloved cousin Nasser, you sent me a message today telling me al-ma'ani, nafs al-ma'ani, same meaning. This isn't the same meaning. Ind and abd are two different words. They're not even the same kind of words. Abd is a noun. Ind is a conjunction. Ind means with. It's not even a noun. Abd is a noun. It's a thing. It's a person. Person, place, or thing. Ind is the conjunction that joins, two words together. She is with him, or in this case, they are with the compassionate one. But the other one is they are the slaves of the compassionate one. Is it slaves of the compassionate one or with the compassionate one? It's a completely different. It's completely different. And you know Nasser. You know, I know there are those who refuse to see this. There are those who refuse to see this. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. And no matter what you tell them, they're going to say, no, it's identical. It's identical. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You just don't know because you don't know Arabic. Because I don't know Arabic. I always get that. I don't know Arabic. I don't know Arabic. And because I don't know Arabic, and I admit my Arabic is a little bit pathetic. It's true. But you know what? I know these aren't the same two words. I know these are two different words. عند عبد. عند عبد. Which one is the right one? Which one? And here's the big question. Here's the big question. Here's the big question. Which one is on the preserved tablet? Which one is on the preserved tablet? أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. قرآن مجيد من لوح محفوظ. Surah 84. In the Surah 84, it says the glorious Quran from the preserved tablet. Which one is on the preserved tablet? Nasser. See, I don't know if Nasser is saying something or if he's trying to say something and it's just not getting through. Keep trying. You failed. You don't want to learn how to read the Quran. And you're okay. Nasser, I don't know why your messages aren't coming through. Does anybody know why I'm not getting the messages from Nasser? Because I want to get his messages. I don't know why I can't get his messages. I want to get his messages. If you can tell me how, I want to let him come on. I want him to let him come on. So please, if you know why I'm not getting messages from him, please tell me because I want to get his messages. Please, if you've done something, if anybody has done anything to prevent him from coming on, please undo it because I want to get him. He's my cousin. Even though I don't like all the things he says, I want him to be able to come on. So anyway, but this is a message from Nasser, okay? And I know what he's going to say. He says the same thing all the time. You guys, is this clear? Is this as clear as day? Is this as clear as day that there's a problem here? Is this as clear as day that there is a problem here? That these two words are not the same and they don't mean the same thing? And they, here, I'm trying to put the message in and it's not coming out. Now it's going to come out as if it's my message from me, but this is from my cousin Nasser. Okay, and so if anybody knows why I'm not getting messages from Nasser, please, if you know what to do to unblock him, because I want him to be able to participate with us here. I'm hoping that he's going to see the light. But let me go ahead and tell you what Nasser said, because Nasser did respond. Nasser said, let me read it to you, okay, because he sent me a message. And for some reason, he says, keep trying, you failed. You don't want to learn how to read the Quran. That's your problem. So that your problem's so ignorant. And also, you don't need to read the Quran anymore. It's not your book anymore. Right? Stop making people laughing at you. هذا الكلمات نفس الشيء بدون تنقيط وتشكيل صح؟ Okay, you guys, I got a really funny thing here he's saying. This is really funny, and this is going to be in Arabic. This is hilarious. Thank you so much, Nasser, for that wonderful sentence. Thank you, Nasser, for pointing this out. Okay. Yeah, we can't read it. I really want to. Please, if you know how to get. Okay, هذا الكلمات نفس الشيء بدون تنقيط وتشكيل صح؟ Nasser, I'm going to show you. He's saying that they're the same words if you don't count the dots and the vowels. Dude, so which one, Nasser, tell me, which one is on the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Which one is the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Which one is on the Lawh, the preserved tablet? So is the preserved tablet not have نقط وتشكيل تنقيط وتشكيل والضمة والكسرة والتنقيط وتشكيل ما فيش اللوح المحفوظ ما فيش فيها أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. My question is which one is on the preserved tablet, because they're different. He's saying that if you take the dots and marks out, they're the same word, right? The problem is which one's on the preserved tablet. Nasser, you got a problem, my friend. You have a problem. You have to admit there is a problem here. And the thing is that this one says with, this one says slave, and he's saying, oh, but if you put it's just the dots that are different. Okay, that doesn't solve the problem. That doesn't solve the problem. Which one is on the preserved tablet? Which one is on the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Tell me, do you know which one? Al-Hafs or the Warsh? And please, if you stay with me, I'm going to show you the problem gets bigger. The problem gets bigger than this. You know, right now, it's the same consonants. Right now, these two have the same consonants. Yani the same ahruf. You know, the same ahruf. But I'm going to show you somewhere there's different ahruf. There's different ahruf. عبد عند في اللوح المحفوظ. Oh, Nasser. Okay, let me show you guys what Nasser said. You know what? I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing anymore because this is so sad. I'm not laughing because my heart is broken. This breaks my heart. This breaks my heart. Okay? This isn't even funny anymore. He's saying that both Ind and Abd are on the preserved tablet. Both Ind and Abd are in there. Even though they mean different things, they're completely different things. They're completely different words with different meanings. He says both are on the preserved tablet. Abdul Muhammad says, let him read the blue Quran. He won't be able to understand it. I'll look into that. I'll have to look into that. You know what? You know what, Nasser? You know what, Nasser? This is really sad. Nasser, because we got two different words for those of you who just joined us. Those of you who just joined us, you know. In fact, let me just go ahead and show you something else. I just want to show you this. I just want to show you this. Can you put the word? Can you put the whole ayah, the whole verse? Okay, 43:19. Okay, I could show you one of them because I don't have the whole. You know what, Nasser? I could do that for you. I could do that for you, Nasser. But you know, the problem is, it's Surah Al-Zukhruf. Surah Al-Zukhruf. Okay. What it says is وَجَعَلُوا الْمَلَائِكَةَ الَّذِينَ هُمَّ عَبْدُ الرَّحْمَنِ إِنْثًا أَشْهَدُوا خَلْقَهُمْ. Anyway, what it means is, and they made the angels who are servants of the most merciful females. Did they witness their creation? Their testimony will be recorded and they will be questioned. So, there's that's what maybe I'll go ahead and put the verse here so that we can show it. Okay, now of course this is going to be the Hafs version, which says the abd. Okay, I'll put the verse on the screen here. Now this is going to be the Hafs version. Okay, this is the Hafs version. Now I don't know if I can do this with the okay, let me just hide one of these. Let me hide one of these so that I could okay, let me hide this one. Okay, so that I could put this one on. Oh, no, I did it wrong. Sorry, you guys, I'm too old. Okay, let me hide this one and show this one. Okay, here's the verse. وَجَعَلُوا الْمَلَائِكَةَ الَّذِينَ هُمَّ عَبْدُ الرَّحْمَنِ. Abdur Rahman. They say, and they made the angels who are. Let me see what the Hafs version says. Abd. Okay, it says they are with the compassion, meaning they are with God. Which is the top one, Abd. But that doesn't fix the problem about what the Warsh says, because the Warsh says عند الرحمن. And so if you want to, it doesn't solve the problem. They are totally different. And the Husseini Mus'haf, no vowels. I know. I mean, there's. Let me see if I could just show this. I want to show you the screen here. And let me show you the. I've got all of these. We got all of these Qur'ans going here now. Okay, we have all of these Qur'ans. These are just some of them. Let me go ahead and show you some of them. Let's go ahead and look at. Now, there's many different Hafs. There's many different Warsh, and so you can't just, Okay, let's go ahead and I want to see if I can go ahead and go down and show you the. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to go down. Okay, I may be able to. Let's see if I can get to Zukhruf. Zukhruf is the one that we're looking at right now, 43. I'm looking at it, and okay. Okay, here's Zukhruf. This is the one that we're looking at. Okay, Zukhruf. Let's look at verse 19 here. Surah Zukhruf, verse 19. You know what? Come on. It's a little bit hard to get this program to work, man. It's like, come on. I'm trying to get it so that I could see the next page. Okay, can we go to the next page? Oh. Zukhruf. Okay. You know what? I'm having a little bit of hard time getting. I want to get to the next page, and so Surah Al-Zukhruf. I want to see. This is because this is the Warsh version. So now you can do the previous. You could do the previous page. Um, you can do the previous page. But you can't do the next page. Oh, wait a second. Let me see if this is. الذين هم عند الرحمن. Okay. Okay, so you're admitting, Nasser, that you're admitting there that, okay. Okay, I'm looking here for the, I don't know if this is the right one. Surah, no. You know what, you guys, I'm not able to get the, okay, I want Az-Zukhruf. I want Az-Zukhruf. I want to see Az-Zukhruf. Okay. I'm not able to turn the page. I'm sorry, I'm not able to turn the page. But, you know, I think, you know, I'm not able to get the page here. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Connie. I see what you're saying about the fact that they had no dots whatsoever, and it's not just it's Abdul Muhammad about the Husseini. It's not just the Husseini. There are many of the old Qurans that do not have the that don't have any diacritical marks. So that's part of the problem. But there's more than that. But that's part of the problem. And so yes, that is a big deal. And so anyway, so I wanted to show my cousin Nasser that, you know, the problem is bigger. The problem is bigger than just merely the fact that you know, that there's different, that there's no tashkil, that there was no diacritical marks. The problem is bigger than that. The meanings have changed. This means there's more than one Quran. This means there's more than one Quran. And it made me sad when he said, oh, all of them are on the preserved tablet. All of them are on the preserved tablet. Well, I want to show you something else. Nasser, I don't know if you're still with me. I don't know if you're still here. But if you are, I want to show you something else, okay? المقصود هن الملائكة وهم عند عبد الرحمن. يعني صحيح أنا بحزن لما بشوف. I'm going to show you guys another thing that Nasser is saying, and you know what? It really makes me sad. It really makes me sad. Because Muhammad put you in this position, because they lied to us, they lied to you. And you know, when it says Miracle Street, that means it's from me, but it's not. It's from Nasser. It's just that I'm not able to get his comments on here. But what he says is Al-Maqsood hunna al-malaika wa humma ind u'abad ar-Rahman. He's saying both of them. Okay? He's saying that what is meant here is that the angels are with Allah and they're the slaves of Allah. They're both the slaves of Allah and they're with Allah. You know, they put you in this position where you got to come up with explanations like that. And I feel sad. I feel sad. The truth of the matter is that they messed up. The truth of the matter is they messed up. Nasser, please admit that they messed up. And please leave Islam. Because if they lied to you about this, what else did they lie to you about? You know, I feel bad for you. I feel bad that, you know, I feel bad that you're coming up with these explanations here. Okay. Let me show you another comment. You know, let me show you another comment by my cousin Nasser. Okay, let me show you another comment by him. You know, they're in Arabic, but you know, I'm translating them for you. And you know, I feel sad a little bit. الذين هم عند الرحمن الذين هم عباد الرحمن المقصود يا لوح الملائكة. You know, he's insulting me again, calling me a loh, which means kind of retarded or something, handicapped or something. I'm not sure. A bored. Loh means bored. You know, like preserved tablet, like an empty tablet, like I don't got a brain or something. Oh man. You know, I feel bad for you. I'm trying to be nice, and then you still insult me and call me these bad words. But, you know, you still have a problem. You got a problem here. The meanings are so different. And you know what? You know what else? You know what else, Nasser? You know what else, Nasser? That the Quran says it's Quran Mubin. Mubin. Allah says what he means. Mubin means it's clear. It's so clear. And so if Allah, لو الله بده يقول هم عباد الرحمن وعند الرحمن، هو بيعرف ايش يكتب هم عباد الرحمن وهم عند الرحمن؟ ليش يكتب واحد بعدين يحط نقطة فوق ونقطة تحت؟ You know, if he wanted to say they are the slaves of Allah and with Allah, couldn't he just write that? If he wanted to say they're with Allah, well, couldn't he just say that? Why did he have to? Why did he have to send make it unclear so that people have to figure it out? You know, why didn't he just say it clearly? Because the Quran says that Allah knows how to communicate. Allah knows how to communicate. You know, Allah knows how to communicate. The Quran called وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ لَا يَفْهَمُونَ وَلَا يَعْقِلُونَ. You know, your problem, not you know. Listen, let me just tell you what else my cousin is saying here. I'm going to go ahead and put his comment on. He says, the Quran says that many of them do not understand or comprehend, yaqilun, or intellectualize. Dude, your problem, Nasser, is that we do understand. Your problem is we do understand. We understand that you got two different words here. We understand that you got two different words here. We understand that you got two different words here. Abd and Ind, they mean two different things. You're the one who's not understanding. And you're not understanding, you know why? Because you don't want to understand. Because you're scared. And I tell you what, if I was you, I would be scared too. This is scary. Because the meanings are different. The meanings are different. And so, is it scary? Sure. Is it scary? Sure. Sure, it's scary. And you know what? But you got to face it. You got to face it because you are trusting. You are trusting Muhammad. You are trusting Muhammad with your eternal soul. You know, Frank is sending us some copies of the original Qur'ans, you know, that they used to have. Some copies of the original Qur'ans that they used to have. And so, you know, and it's very clear, you know, that they did not have dots in them. They did not have the diacritical marks. Ha, the final Muslim statement when they conclude they can't answer, you don't understand. That's what they tell me, that I don't understand. The problem is I do understand. The problem is I do understand. And, you know, it's like, dear beloved Muslims, you got to see that you got a problem here. These aren't just different dialects. You know, a lot of times they say the sab'a haruf and the sab'a ashra kira'at, you know, the seven modes and the 10 recitations, that they're just accents. You know, like the Irish says one way and the person in Alabama says another. It's the same language, same words, just different pronunciation. But no, these are two different words. These are two different words. Abd means servant or slave. Ind means with. The Hafs says abd, the Warsh says ind. Which one is on the preserved tablet? Because they're different words, completely different words. Completely different words. They're completely different words. Okay, can we go on to another headache for you? I'm going to give you another headache, Nasser, if you're going to stay. إذا بدك تضل معانا ناصر أنا عندي كمان صداع إلك. في كمان صداع إلك عشان بدي أوريك إشي تاني كمان. Okay, I want to show you another headache. You know, because what I really wanted to show today, is this website. Is this website that I just found, and I'm just the fact that I'm able to. I'm really happy that I'm able to show it to you. It's here's the website. Here, oops, sorry about that. That's not what I mean. That's not what I intend to show you. Okay. Okay, that's not what I was trying to show you. The one I wanted to show you, let me just give me 1 second here to find it. Okay. I want to show you this because I want to show you that the headache is bigger. The headache is bigger than you thought. But you have to face it. You have to face it because your eternal destiny depends on you. You're trusting Muhammad with your eternal destiny, and so you have to face this. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Okay, you have to face it. You have to deal with this because pretty soon it's going to be too late because Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back, and if you don't, okay, this is it right here. You can see all these different Qur'ans here. Look at all these different Qur'ans. Did you know that there's all these different Qur'ans? Did you know that there's all these different Qur'ans? And here's the Hafs, and here's the Warsh, and here's the all these different Qur'ans. Did you know? Let's look at the different Qur'ans. There's the old Medina Mus'haf. There's the Jawami' Mus'haf. There's the medium Medina Mus'haf. There's the Medina Mus'haf. There's the Duri. I always talk about Al-Susi Duri. There's the 12 lines Mus'haf. There's the Nasikh Taliq font. There's the Qalun, very famous in Libya. They use the Qalun. There's the Shamarli Mus'haf Quran. There's the Shubah Quran, maybe Shubah Lahum. That's why it looks like the other Qurans. But there's the Tajud Mus'haf. There's a Tajweed Mus'haf. And here's the Warsh, very famous, but it's a second Warsh because there's more than one Warsh. Then there's the Urdu Mus'haf. Then there's the Urdu 13 lines. And there's the Urdu 12 lines. So you got all these different Qurans, and they're all Arabic. They're all Arabic. They're all Arabic Qurans. And then you got to ask now, which one is on the Lawh al-Mahfuz? You know, which one is on the Lawh al-Mahfuz? You know, is all of them on the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Steve, we can't see on our end. Oh, okay. You know what? Oh, dude, this is the problem. You know what? That bothers me that it's not, that you can't see it. Oh, dude. Okay. Masaf. Okay. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go back and get another comment from my cousin just because it's funny. Command copy. You know, I'm going to put another comment by my cousin here. Just because it's the same old mantra, same old thing. He's saying the same old thing again and again. He says, Masahifu laystu Quran ya Habil. Again, he's insulting me. He calls me Habil, which is like saying, you stupid idiot. You know, it's like Islam is Islam. You know, it's like you can't be nice. Here we are talking, and you call me a Habil. You know, he's insulting me. I mean, call me an idiot, call me stupid. You know, that's Islam for you. But and I'm not saying that all Muslims are like that. Most Muslims are very nice. He's not very nice, but he's my cousin anyway. But you know, he's saying that this is. He's saying these aren't. Habilloh fil qira'at. You know, you call it whatever you want. Call it whatever you want. Call it whatever you want. Call it qira'at. Call it nusakh. I mean, qira'at ahruf. Call it whatever you want. Say, dude, people are reading this and they think that they're reading the words of Allah. That people are reading this and they think they're reading the words of Allah, but they're not. But they're different words. They think they're reading the words of Allah, but they're different words. You call me a loh, you call me a fool, but they're different from each other. Which one's on the loh? Which one is up? Which one's from Allah? Does Allah have these different personalities? Or indu abd? I mean, which one is, does Allah not know what he means? The Quran says it's kalimat mubin. The words are clear from Allah. And yet, he's got all these different words. Which one is from Allah? Which one is from the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Which one did Jibreel bring down to Muhammad? Ind or abd? Because they don't mean the same thing. It's the same drawing, but it's a different word. And let me see. Isma' Sheikh Hassan. Isma' Sheikh Hassan. He told me to listen to Sheikh Hassan, who I played the other day. And Sheikh Hassan, you know what? Sheikh Hassan is the same circular reasoning. He's got the same circular reasoning like Nasr. He's got the same circular reasoning like Nasr. هكذا نزلت. عبدو عند نزلت من دون تشكيل. نزلت من دون تشكيل. Did it come down without the dots? Did it come down without the dots and the tashkil? Did it come down without the dots and tashkil? Nasr? اجت من دون التشكيل والضمه والكسره وكل هذا الاشي. نزلت من دونهم. Did it come down without them? You know, we got all of these Qur'ans that I'm showing you right here from this, from these, okay, from these different Qur'ans here from this website that I'm telling you about. Well, look, I want to show you. Just from the first surah of the Qur'an, which is called the Fatiha. The first surah of the Qur'an is called the Fatiha. And I want to show you from the Fatiha some problems that they have. Okay? Let me just show you some of the problems that they have just with the Fatiha. Okay? Okay. Excuse me a second here. I'm trying to get this. Okay. Okay. Now these are from the Qur'ans that I showed you. All the different Qur'ans that I showed you. I showed you like 15 different Qur'ans. I showed you 15 different Qur'ans. Now this is from the Fatiha. The Fatiha is the first surah of the Qur'an. And this is a subject that I've showed you many times with the Hafs and the Warsh also. I could show it to you in the Hafs and the Warsh. In fact, I should do that, just because this is a subject that I use a lot when I talk about the differences between the Hafs and the Warsh, the fact that they are so different, you know, and so now I want to show you more. I want to show you more problems, okay, because there's more than just what, okay. Let me I want to go back and get some of the Hafs and Warsh differences. Okay. Okay, first of all, here's the different Qur'ans. Okay, here's the different Qur'ans, first of all. Okay. And then we get into the issue of, if you look on the lower right-hand side, it says Malik Yawmiddin. And then it says Malik Yawmiddin, and this is in the very first surah of the Quran, which is the Fatiha. Just in the first surah, never mind the other ones. Just in the first one, and look at the top one. Okay, now because I showed you all these different Qur'ans here, and call them Masahif, call them Qira'at, call them Ahruf, call them Batiq, call them whatever you want to call them. They're different Qur'ans, and they have different words, different dots, different tashkil, and different حركات وتشكيلات وابصر ايش. اسمع الشيخ حسان هكذا نزلت 20 قرآن. و تعرف ناصر في مشكلة، وانت ما بدك تعترف انه في مشكلة عشان ايمانك انه في قرآن واحد. مشكلتك انه في 21 مش واحدة، في 21 قرآن واكثر، مش 21، في اكثر. احنا بدنا نعرف عن 37 قرآن الان. Okay, but let's look at, if we could just look at the if we could just look at just this right here. Now the one word is Maliki. Now Maliki Yawmiddin, this is the first surah of the Quran. This is the first surah of the Quran. Now from these different Qurans that I showed you, see all these different Qurans, I went through them all. I went through them all to look at how they dealt with the word, this word in the third verse of the Quran, which is Maliki Yawmiddin, which means the owner of the day. I just wanted to see how it looked in the different Qur'ans. And this is what I found. Now I got I got more than I want now. Okay. This is what I found, is that there's 4 different ways of writing that word in these. Let's see. Oops. Okay, how many Qur'ans are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16 Qur'ans. In this right here, there's 16 different Qur'ans. You know, if you listen to Sheikh Hassan, that my cousin's telling me to listen to, he talks about 17, 7 ahruf and 10 qira'at, 7 modes, 10 recitations. There's 17 different Qur'ans. Here, there's 16 of them. And you know what? This doesn't even include the Susi. Susi's it's not even here. It doesn't have the first Warsh. It doesn't even have Hafs. Hafs isn't even on here. The most famous one isn't on here. And so, you got 16 Qur'ans and it doesn't include the 2 most famous ones. So anyway. But let's go back and hide these. Okay, I want to hide this and just focus on this right now. I want to go back and see what my cousin is saying here. طيب انت حكيت شو بدك في القرآن. أعطينا من كتابك المقدس. Okay. I just want to say what my cousin is saying here. He's saying, okay, what is your concern with the Quran? Tell us about your Bible. Okay. I want to tell you about my Bible, but the problem is that when I tell you about my Bible, you guys don't listen. And, I got to remove this obstacle that keeps you from listening to the Bible. I want you to listen to the Bible. But the thing is that you've got this Quran that keeps you from believing the Bible. And so we got to show you the truth about the Quran so that you lose your faith in it, so that you no longer have faith in it, because it keeps you from believing the Bible. Because as long as you think, as long as you believe that, you keep being kept from salvation. And so I want to show you, they told us the Quran is perfectly preserved from the Lawh al-Mahfuz. Every dot, every line. انت بتقول هالكيت ما فيش تشكيل، التشكيل بتختلف والنقط تنقيط والتشكيل والكسرة والضمة والأبصر ايش. المشكلة أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. Which one is on the preserved tablet? Now, on these 16 Qur'ans that I showed you today, and I'll show this to you again, these 16 Qur'ans, I went through them and I looked at this word, just the word Malik, in all 16 of them. And I found 4 different versions of the word Malik. 4 different words. And one of them, now if you look in the Arabic, you got look at the one on the right, you got the line on top. You got the line on top. Okay? You got the line on top. And then the vertical line. And then 2 lines on the bottom. Malik Yawm. Then if you look at the one right next to it, there's the long line on top and a vertical line and 2 lines underneath. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines there. 3 of them are the horizontal ones, the Dhamma, and then you got the vertical one. So you got 4 in the second one. The third one, you got 3 horizontal lines. Malik Yawmiddin, the king of the day of judgment. And then the third one, you got different consonants. The third one, the fourth one, or it's actually the first one because Arabic is from right to left. You're not just talking about different vowels or different tashkil or tanqid. You got different consonants. You got different consonants then. Now you're dealing with different consonants. So, the first 3, you got just different dots and everything. But now you got different consonants. الرسم بتختلف. أول شيء في بس التنقيط التنقيط والتشكيل بتختلف. الآن الأحرف بتختلف. الرسم بتختلف. First of all, it's just the diacritical marks that are different. But now, and the vowels, but now it's actually the consonants are different. These are from, and again, let me just show you, this is from these 16 Qur'ans, 16 Qira'at, Qur'ans. They're different Qur'ans with different words. These words, this is just from the first page. You have 4 different ways of saying owner of the day of judgment. This is from the Fatiha. من الفاتحة هذا وفي 4 أنواع مالك يوم الدين. ملكي 4 أنواع وكلهم بيختلفوا عن بعض. أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ، أي واحدة صح. Which one is right? Which was on the preserved tablet? Because they're all different. And so, my question is, which one is on the preserved tablet? Which one came to Muhammad? Which one came to Muhammad? Because they're all different. And I want to go see if my other cousin, I have another cousin named Sam who's always sending messages. معناها لن تنجح في ذلك، لازم تقنعنا من كتابك وخلينا نترك الإسلام والقرآن. Okay, I want to tell you what he's saying. I want to tell you what my cousin is saying. I'm doing this really special for my cousin Nasser. I don't even know if he's really a cousin. He's the brother of one of my, he's an in-law, and so I don't know if he's really a cousin. But he's saying, you're not succeeding. You have to convince us so that we will leave Islam and the Quran. Nasser, it's not my responsibility to convince you. I just present to you the truth, and you decide if you want to follow the truth or not. If you want to stay where you are, if you want to stay, I'm showing you things. I'm showing you the differences between the different Qur'ans, and the meanings are different. معناها لن تنجح في ذلك، لازم تقنعنا من كتابك وخلينا نترك الإسلام والقرآن. He says you're not going to succeed. Convince us from your book, and then we will leave Islam and the Quran. أمين. أنا بدي أقنعك من كتابي بس لازم God's love. Thank you very much, Abdul Muhammad. Look at the differences. شوف الاختلافات. شوف الاختلافات بين القرآنات. شوف الاختلافات. شوف الاختلافات. هم عبد الرحمن، هم عند الرحمن. أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. يعني إذا بدك تشوف هي واضح إنه كذبوا. شوف مالك يوم الدين، ملكي كلهم بيختلفوا عن بعض. أي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. عشان قالوا لنا في المدرسة إنه كل نقطة، كل ضمة، كسرة، تنقيط، تشكيل، حرف ومعنى كله بالضبط زي بعض. لكن الإنجيل محرف والتوراة محرف، لكن الله بيحفظ القرآن. هيك قالوا لنا. لكن واضح إنه هذا الكلام مش صح. My cousin Nasser, very rarely does he say something that I think is right. And if he says it, sometimes he says it with a mocking tone, But what he's saying is right here. He says, زي الخروف ما فدى إسحاق يسوع فدى البشرية. He's saying it's like the ram didn't redeem Isaac. Jesus redeemed all of mankind. I know he doesn't mean it. I wish he would mean it. Oh, God, open his eyes to see the truth of what he just said. And anyway, I love you guys, and I want to go ahead and just one more time play this for you, just because it's kind of funny. You know, I just want to play this for you because this poor guy. You know, okay.
So prior to the revelation of the Quran, for its Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the responsibility preservation of His word and revelation to the learned people, human beings. And revelation to human beings have their own shortcomings, and they have their failings, and they failed. Human beings have their own shortcomings, and they have their failings. In the case of the Quran, there's no question since it has to culminate and preserve the essence of the Word of God, since it has to culminate and preserve the essence of the Word of God, will that responsibility be given to human beings? No more. Being the last revelation, being the last book, I myself being the last revelation. So there is absolutely no inconsistency between statements in the Quran about validity of previous revelation that conform to the Quran, and the fact that the word of Allah ultimately was preserved through the Quran. And the fact that the word of Allah ultimately was preserved through the Quran.
So you know what he's saying is he's saying that Allah did not preserve the words. Oh, okay, all right. That Allah did not preserve the Bible and the gospel, but he did. All of a sudden, it was like, bing, when he sent the Quran down, he said, no more, I'm not going to trust people because they always mess up. So I'm going to preserve the Quran. But look at it. If Allah is preserving the Quran, he needs help. Look at all the differences. Abd Rahman or Ind Rahman? Which one is it? And then it also, what he's saying, oh, you want me to redo it? Okay, I will. You know, another thing is that what he's saying is not consistent with what's in the Quran. Because the Quran says, chapter 15, verse 9, it says, Inna anzalna idh-dhikr wa inna lihafidhun. Allah says, chapter 15, verse 9 of the Quran, he says that he sent down the reminder and he preserved it. Now, Muslims are going to tell you, no, that's only talking about the Quran. Of course, there's the many contradictions in the Quran. Most Muslims don't believe the Quran. Nasser doesn't believe the Quran. Nasser does not believe the Quran. He doesn't believe the Quran. Neither does my cousin Joseph, who doesn't want to talk to me anymore. And many of my other cousins, they don't believe the Quran because the Quran says that Allah sent down the reminder and he preserved it. And the Quran also says that the Torah and the Injil, the gospel, are the reminders. And so if you're, you know, but there are many contradictions in the Quran, so I can understand why they don't believe it. But anyway, I was just asked to go ahead and play the video again. And I'm going to go ahead and play it, but I'm going to hide myself because I think I messed, by being gone, I kind of messed it up. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this. I'm going to play these two videos here. U'min, you know.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the responsibility for its preservation, or preservation of His word and revelation to the learned people, human beings. Human beings have their own shortcomings, and they have their failings, and they failed. There's no question that they failed. In the case of the Quran, since it has to culminate and preserve the essence of the Word of God, Allah decided that no more will that responsibility be given to human beings. Being the last revelation, being the last book, I myself is going to take care of it. So there is absolutely no inconsistency between statements in the Quran about validity of previous revelation that conformed to the Quran, and the fact that the word of Allah ultimately was preserved through the Quran.
Hi, Adam is here. How are you, Adam? Oh, I've been having so much fun today, Adam. I was showing them the different. I just want to show Adam some of the. Oops. I wanted to show Adam some of the stuff that I've been showing today, because I've been having a real. I don't know if he wanted to join. Doing well, praise the Lord. You know, I was showing them the different Malik Yawmiddin and all of this kind of stuff, because I was showing them all of these different Qur'ans. I was showing them all these different Qur'ans, you know, that there's sixteen different Qur'ans on this page right here. And from these 16 different Qur'ans, Medina, the Jawama', the Medium Medina, the Medina Mus'haf, the Duri, the Nasr Taliq font, the Kalun, the Shamarli, the Shubah, the Tahajjud, the Tajweed, the Warsh, the Urdu, 3 Urdus. And so I was showing them all these different Qur'an.